Please note that this report contains testimony of a sexual nature which may be upsetting to some viewers. The cross-examination of Judge's Secretary Andiswa Mengo resumed with the Counsel for Judge President Selby Mbenenge zooming into what they describe as Mengo's omissions in her complaint against the top judge. Mengo accuses the Judge President of sexual harassment in the form of in-person interaction and electronic communication during the period of June 2021 and November 2022. Counsel for Mbenenge, seemingly in a bid to advance their contention that Mengo's narration of events was misleading, combed through her various responses that are not recorded in her statement but form part of the complaint.
Am I correct, ma'am, that this discussion here is still sexual?
Ingaba ndinyanisile xa ndisithi le ncoko apha isaqhuba ngencoko yezesondo.
Kunjalo.
That is correct.
Then you do not reflect anywhere in this complaint that you answer this way to this salacious discussion. You say you give 2 laughing emojis and then you say foreplay kindles.
Ngaba kunjalo kokuthi ayiveli kwakhona impendulo yakho apha kule ncoko yezinto zezesondo. Akuveli kwaphela wena usuke uphendule ngaba nodolazana abakikithekayo bade bakekele ukuhleka oku uthi awugqibulandelise ngento ethi khe kuqale kudlalwe nje kamnandi foreplay kindles ke lo wombhale ngesilungu ayiveli apha.
Ewe.
Yes.
Well, SABC News reporter Kani Mapanga has been on this particular tribunal and she joins us now. Thanks very much for joining us, Kani. So more of the same. Tell us more.
I must say the line of questioning this morning is a bit more specific and focused and has toned down, possibly following the discourse that was triggered yesterday about the bigger conversation as to how the justice system responds to acts of alleged gender-based violence. So this morning you've seen them continue with the focus on these omissions. Remember, Judge Mbenenge's counsel will advance the argument rather that the initial complaints that had to be considered by the panel prior to us getting here today, 2 years later, was quote-unquote misleading because it missed those important aspects of the exchanges which the counsel contend is critical to understanding the engagement between the pair, because it is their contention that it was quote-unquote consensual or a mutual exchange between the pair. So what you have seen is that Advocate Skakane hasn't been asking the why or the hows or all of those other questions that usually you see witnesses in cases of this nature being burdened with. Rather, he has gone through a long list of instances or narration of events in her original statement and compared them to the WhatsApp exchanges that are before the tribunal. Now, it's already known that in the evidence in chief, she does deal with those particular messages and, of course, the responses, because that form part of the evidence leader's approach to get an understanding as to why Mengo would have responded in the manner that she responded. And, of course, it dealt with a lot of those nuances that come with sexual harassment. But the counsel for Mbenenge, who contend that some of these instances didn't even happen, they contend that some of these messages weren't even sent. But in this particular portion, they're going through a plethora of exchanges between the pair where she notes the message that was sent to her, but omits the response that would have been given to the Judge President in response. Her answers are very short. She's not giving a why or how, but she hasn't been asked. But I see that the strategy is to point all of those out on the record before the tribunal, or to advance this argument or contention by Judge Mbenenge's counsel that this particular complaint that was placed before the panel initially was not a holistic complaint and was quote-unquote misleading.
All right, Kani, thank you very much for that update. My colleague there, Kani Mapanga.